Like for the Great Ninja War, then, with everything we said, versus the Hunter x Hunter Chimera Ant arc.
So starting from where do you think?
I think starting for when they go into what's it called, the NGL, when Gon, Killua,
Oh, no,
Kite,
because
Gon, Killua, Kite, and that whole crew go to I think it's the NGL to investigate. So actually, when you see the mother ant for the first time eating and it's just saying like more when she's eating, that's when I think we should start with this.
Okay, and then
it's the NGL, the Neo Green Life. It's like the region with no electronics.
Because it's kind of, because I mean the Chimera Ant arc is long, but is it fair to compare it to Fourth Great Ninja War?
Yeah.
Fourth Great Ninja War is long, like really long.
So is this though. Here, let's look.
Yeah, because I feel like most of it was just the relationship developing between Komogi and Miriam, and then like sub under that was Gon, Killua, Kite, and then right towards the end the group gets made to invade the compound.
True. So let's see here. York New, Greed Island. So yeah, the Chimera Ant arc is episode 76 to 136.
Oh wow!
So it's like 60 episodes. Yeah. So it's pretty long.
Yeah, but it's weird to count the Madara arc because there's so much filler. Because it takes a break. It's like it does like almost like half of it, I want to say. Yeah. And there's a giant filler, and then they finish it, and then filler, then they keep going.
So you start with technically the Chimera Ant arc starts when they meet Kite at the very next episode of Greed Island, when they use the transportation or the teleportation card. That's where it starts. So you have them meeting Kite, you have them going into the region to...
So I guess break it down from start to end of the Chimera arc, because we've already done the Fourth Great Ninja War.
So Gon and Killua get out of Greed Island.
Okay.
And they're trying to find Gon's dad, and they figured out that there's a character in Greed Island whose name is Gon's dad's name reversed. So you get to keep a card at the end of Greed Island, and Gon decides to use a card that allows him to use another card. So basically, you're not allowed to take like certain cards, and he uses a loophole to get a card that allows him to teleport to any player. So he teleports to who he thinks is his dad, and it's this guy named Kite, who was trained by Gon's dad. So they start talking, and they're hired to investigate a lake that washed up on a beach. And it was genetically determined that it belonged to a Chimera Ant queen. And so it washed up in the NGL, and so they go to the NGL to figure it out. And then the Chimera Ant arcs, so they go investigate, they figure it out, they go back, do some training and stuff, but then you get to see the ants slowly develop from ants to, because when they eat something, then they adapt to that species and take part of that species. So they start eating humans eventually, and so you get to see them go from ants to humans to nen users,
nen users,
to like hybrid human ant bat nen users stuff, like any animal. So you get that, and then it gets to a point where the queen starts eating a bunch of nen users to get more powerful for the king's birth. And then so the whole time this king is gonna get birthed, and then the ants have this huge like base now, and they're trying to investigate and stop these ants because they're starting to attack populations throughout the NGL. Gon, Kite, and Killua go try to find the queen, and Kite dies.
By P2.
By P2, yeah. So P2, Yuppie, and Poof are the king's royal guards, and they were born before the king, and they're really strong, and so they're protecting...
Who would you say is the strongest? Is it Yuppie?
In terms of strongest, probably Yuppie.
Okay, yeah, I'd say Yuppie.
But Poof and P2 are also strong, just in different ways. But so you have these strong ants, they're protecting the hive and the queen who's getting ready to birth the king, Kite dies. Gon and Killua are messed up, and they run away. And then eventually the king's birthed, and he pretty much tries to kill the queen, and he just leaves and is like, I don't need you, I'm gonna go get powerful myself. So then the Chimera Ants kind of get help from the Hunter Association to save the queen, and then they kind of team up a little bit. And so basically it gets to a point where the king is trying to take over the earth, and because he's the superior being.
Right.
So basically it's the Hunter Association trying to kill this extremely strong being while trying to kill other Chimera Ants that are underneath his rule.
Right.
So that's basically where it goes. So then you have fights like Killua versus Ikal Go, where he uses kind of the Godspeed technique for the first time, where he grabs the dart.
Yeah.
Because during that fight, he gets attacked by that other user, Chimera Ant user, where they like link him up to a dartboard and they throw darts and then it stabs him even though he can't see it. So he used the technique to like grab the arrow. So you have that fight. You have like Cheeto versus the guy with the pipe. You have
Oh yeah, that makes like the smoke now.
Yeah, you have the guy with the pipe versus, which one is it? You know, the water breathing one, or like he fights one underwater. Remember?
Oh. Fuck, I can't remember. What's the? Hold on.
Yeah, Ikal Go.
Is that Ikal Go?
And then you also have Komugi, who is changing the king. So you have that kind of mind game, and then and then you have them setting up this plan, and you have what's the dude's name that gets messed up? He's like scared.
I'm just gonna look up the Chimera Ants.
Characters.
Invasion characters. What's that group called? Chimera Ant group.
So, yeah, they enter the NGL. They're fighting really strong people. Gon and Killua also have to fight 2 other Nen users to see who can go to the NGL again after Kite's dead. They train with Bisky to fight these people. That's Knuckle and Shoot.
Yeah.
So they become friends with Knuckle and Shoot. They train. While this is happening, the king, Miriam, takes over like a palace. He's dictating people. He's basically just challenging everybody because he wants to prove he's the best at everything. He meets Komugi. He can never beat her, so you have the change in him. You have the Chimera Ants versus the Phantom Troop.
True, which was because I introduced a lot of powers from the Phantom Troop.
Yeah.
Right?
You have Morel against Cheeto is his name. Then you have the Palace Invasion, where they all go to the palace. Killua's dad, Killua's grandpa show up. They fight. You have Yuppie versus Knuckle and Shoot. You have Gon and Killua with P2. You have the king about to fight Miriam. You have Komugi about to die, so P2 can't fight. And then you have the thing with this too is the whole time this is happening, it just goes from person to person at the same time. So it's like, okay,
it's
you
like
see Gon and Killua,
flips,
you
right?
see Gon and Killua's perspective for the first 2 minutes of the invasion, and then it switches and it goes to Knuckle and Shoot and like Ikal Go, and then you go and you see Killua's dad and grandpa's perspective, and then you see Netero's perspective, and then you see Miriam's perspective, and then like all these different things are happening all at once, and it just gets like super complex.
Okay, so it was called the Extermination Team.
Yeah.
It was Netero, Nov, Morel, Knuckle, Shoot, Gon, Killua, Palm, Ikago, and then Meloron?
Yeah.
Which Meloron was the lizard dude that could hold his breath and disappear.
He's sick. And then you have, what's his name?
Which one? Ikago, there's Shoot, Knuckle,
the
Morel.
The girl.
The girl?
Palm.
Which
you have
was
her
like
kidnapping, and she gets turned into an ant. And then you have Gon turning into adult Gon.
Well, before that, his first interaction with P2.
That is one of the best scenes in terms of voice acting ever.
Like, so chilling.
Like, if you haven't seen that scene, I feel like I'm like all over the place with this, but if you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You have, and like the whole thing with like Ikago trying to find Palm, and
the second they invade,
there's just so many things going on.
Your skin crawls the whole time.
Not to mention, I don't know the dude with glasses. That's not?
That's Nov.
That's Nov?
Yeah, Nov.
Yeah, like you see just the fact when he enters the palace and feeling the Nen, he literally can't move. He's scared, and his hair turns white, and he literally can't do anything the rest of the arc, pretty much.
Yeah.
Just the fact you have that intimidation factor before it even happens, you're like, oh no.
And then every single time the lizard dude Meleron was like, he was always caught next to someone, next to one of the royal ants. I think the first time it was Yuppie, but Yuppie's like, someone's in this room or whatever. Like, he senses him and is like trying to find him, and you have like no idea how he gets it because Yuppie is determined to find this guy. And the next thing you know, Knuckles shows up. I'm pretty sure it's Knuckles shows up.
Yeah,
saves him, and it's like, oh, haha, like, oh, I stumbled upon this, and that. And then, after, I forgot too, that when the room Komogi was in was destroyed, and she was hurt because of it, and then Miriam was there, and then I think Knuckle and someone else. No,
it's Netero and Killa's grandpa, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, you're right. It was Netero and Killa's grandpa who show up first, and then you just see pissed off Miriam is like, we're taking this somewhere else.
Yeah, and then also, like when Wolfen wants to overthrow the king, and then he shows up, and then like all of his hair falls off. Yeah, because he's like scared shitless. Yeah, and he just like ages. Not to mention like the Wolfen Ikago fight in the basement was super sick.
Because Ikago is so clutch. I mean,
that whole time I was at the edge of my seat.
Because everyone was pinned up in a situation where they were never going to win with brute strength. I mean, except for like Killa using Godspeed.
Yeah, no one. Yeah.
But I mean, even then, Killa didn't kill him.
Not to mention, like Knuckles' Nen did nothing to Yuppie because of how powerful he was.
Yeah. Because like Knuckles' Nen was some sort of multiplier. I can't remember. I'm looking at it right now. I'm trying to find it.
Yeah, it was like the bank thing where like every time you're hit, it adds more to your debt.
Yeah.
And if your debt busts the bank, then you can't use Nen for like a while.
Yeah, it was this one. So the stronger the attack, the move RS lent or returned. In both cases, the person suffering the blow can still be knocked back by it despite suffering no damage. So, okay.
Yeah, so
that didn't really be really damaged by his. Okay, so Knuckle can't be damaged by his opponent when he's affected by this counter thing.
Yeah, but because there's the debt, and if you hit him, then the debt gets lower. But I don't think he gets hurt until the debt is at 0.
Yeah.
But Yuppie was so powerful that one punch like got rid of the debt, and one punch from Knuckle to Yuppie did like no damage at all. It didn't add debt like at all.
Yeah.
And then there's like,
ooh, did it? Who did Shoot fight?
Shoot fought Yuppie.
Shoot fought Yuppie also?
Shoot fought Yuppie.
Yikes.
And he got like messed up, but he like overcame his fear and like anxiety and like popped off. Yeah. And he got messed up, but he still did it.
Oh. I forgot about this scene where Knuckle has Melarion on his back and he's running away from, I think
it was Shoot.
It was yeah, I think it was. Oh yeah, because they left Shoot. Yeah, they left Shoot. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah, it was good.
Okay, so then what would you rate the arc as a whole?
10.
Yeah.
The fact of we're talking about stuff and we're literally still finding things that we forgot about.
I mean, same thing for
it's just the complexity of this arc. Like, it's not like the fights aren't like as crazy. I mean, the Netero Miriam fight is crazy, and the Gon K2 fight is pretty crazy.
Well, I guess the whole the way that they tell the story.
Yeah, the way that it is so complex and goes off in thousands of directions, obviously.
And how well they're able to switch viewpoints.
And how they switch viewpoints, you get to see everything, and then it slowly just starts to get cohesive at the end. Like, it slowly starts to loop around. Like, the writing and the planning for this arc is probably the best ever.
Yeah. Like, this arc is my favorite.
Yeah, and the character development in this arc, as well as the world building that this whole arc had with the Chimera Ants and the NGL and everything. And there's no plot holes, there's no ass pulls. It all makes sense. I mean,
technically, couldn't Gon's adult Gon be an ass pull?
Okay, yeah, that could be an ass pull, but he was like it. But I
saw it
and I was like, that makes sense based off how mad he is.
And they teased it.
Yeah.
With like the whole like black aura around him, and then Gyro. Who's Gyro? They hinted on it when he trained. Oh, they also hinted at it when they trained at Bisky?
Yeah, Gyro. He's the.
Oh.
He's the like drug guy that they took over like his like drug. The like centaur. Remember the centaur guy?
The centaur. Oh.
Like they took over his base.
Yeah.
And they talked about him all the time. He was like the drug lord, and
then
like I think it was like Wolfen or one of those. They were talking about how they remember and they were really good friends, and then they don't remember who he is, and they talked him up and they never brought him up again.
Yeah. 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 Okay. I feel it.
But yeah, so they hyped up Gyro.
But so highlights from Fourth Grade Ninja War arc: Madara against
Guy.
Madara against Guy. Obito, Kakashi. Yeah, that one. Obito, Kakashi, and then
the 4 Hokages.
Or yeah, the Hokages against Madara, and then I'm forgetting one. It's I guess when Naruto and Sasuke come back.
Yeah.
With like the power boost.
Yeah.
And I think that should be it for highlights.
Yeah.
From the arc, and the highlights from this: Godspeed, Adult Gon,
Miriam
Netero, and then Gon first seeing P2.
The initial invasion as well.
And then the initial invasion, yeah.
But the thing is,
because like everyone was immersed into a messed up situation where you couldn't really see how they would get out of it.
Different viewpoints.
Yeah, and the way they're able to switch views, of course, we talked about, but
that's what was so huge for me. Yeah. Was just everything. Every episode, I was like, what? Because like you'd see something and you're like, what's gonna happen to this person? Then it'd switch to like someone else, and then you're like, oh, well, this is interesting. And then it gets to the end of the episode, you're like, okay, what's gonna happen to them and the person I saw before this? And then it just keeps switching like that.
Yeah.
And it's just you're so invested.
I really don't know where to go with this.
The best writing, like. But that's the thing is, I can't feel like you judge it off of like highlights, because the way that it unfolds is what's super crazy.
Yeah.
Whereas like the Great Ninja War, I feel like is just fight to fight.
But the way that they were able to wrap up Fourth Great Ninja War also.
Oh no, I agree. But the way, but I feel like you can jump from fight to fight and be like, okay, yeah, this is good, this is cool, this is cool. But then the Ant arc is like you have to look at
for
it
how
as
hard it was to do.
You have to look at it as a cohesive piece, because every detail matters in the end, and it all wraps around some way.
Yeah, what else do I have on here? I mean, it's... I want to give it to like Miriam, but progression wise, and actually I can't even say progression in the Fourth Ninja War is better.
Progression in the Ant arc is
that's
nuts.
The whole thing is the progression in the Ant arc.
That's like the main point of the Ant arc, rather than fights and stuff. I mean, the Gon P2 fight, the Gon seeing P2 and like Miriam Netero are huge fights, as well as like Godspeed and Knuckle versus UP, and Knuckle versus Shoot versus UP, and the Poof against the guy with the pipe, and know, there's like little small fights like sprinkled in as well. So it's like it's just the progression. But yeah, like Jordan was saying, Naruto you can show like a friend a fight.
You can show him like Obito Kakashi.
Yeah, and it's gonna be sick. But you have to watch. You can't just show somebody a Hunter piece in there.
When did he?
You have to show them the whole thing.
Oh, okay, I see it.
Like the arc has to be looked at as a whole.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you can show someone the Kakashi Obito fight or the Might Guy Madara fight, and they're gonna be like, "That's sick. That's really cool. I appreciate that. I don't have to see the rest to understand, but like, it's super cool." Where it's like
pleasing.
You show somebody like Hunter, like going seeing Pitou for the first time, they're gonna be like,
Why
where did this come
so
from?
Yeah.
Why is this happening? Why is he so upset? Like, who's this girl lying on the ground almost dead? What's this weird thing behind her? Like, you know?
And for how hard like it hit, like that, like you're talking about the voice acting of like the voice act. I think it's a girl, right?
Yeah.
That plays Gon. Yeah. So like her voice like shaking, like to the point where she's like almost crying,
it's
playing
nuts.
as Gon, like because like you forget. Like watching shonens, like that Gon is like still a kid, and like you have that moment of his confusion, not understanding how Pitou can be so like ruthless against Kite, but then be merciful for this girl that Gon doesn't know.
Yeah. But that's the thing too, is you get to see their development as they go on, where she starts to be scared of the king, but she doesn't want to disobey him.
And then there's the whole
So you get to see development of all these characters, and like Poof, like his development is weird. I really didn't like Poof in his development. But that's the thing, is that's his character though. Like I understand, it's just
and like the drama within the ants. Like you're
again, the drama, like the resentment the ants have towards the king.
Yeah.
Especially Poof.
Especially since King forgot about.
Yeah, like Poof wanting to let Komugi die, and like Pitou wanting to save her to please the king, but then she sees Gon and she's like almost wants mercy, but she knows that she's not gonna get it. And Gon realizing who she is, and Killua realizing like, oh, I gotta stop Gon. Like, this is not good. Because like even when he's adult Gon, he like doesn't he punch Killua?
I don't think so. Because Killua came too late.
Killua tries to stop him, and doesn't he like hit Killua? That's the thing though, is like the writing of this arc is like the best example of like the best writing and planning ever. Because then you have like JoJo, where it's like plot holes, stuff doesn't make sense, ass pulls. Like you can tell it's not planned. Or like this, you can tell everything was planned and everything was methodical to come to a point at the end.
Yeah.
Whereas like the Ninja War, it did do that. Like it was progressing to a plot, but it wasn't all these crazy ideas and different like storylines that just came out of nowhere to come to the end. You know, it's just like they're running through to go to the fight, and then a new enemy shows up, right?
Yeah.
Whereas like this is like they're trying to like infiltrate and be secretive, and then they run into unfortunate situations that they have to find their way out of. For Naruto, it's just like, oh, here's like Gaara's like, oh, there's my dad, I guess I gotta fight him. Or like, oh, here's Ten Tails Madara, I guess we're gonna have to fight him. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, so I'm looking at it right now. Killua shows up, and this is after adult Gon got his arm chopped off from headless Pitou, and then he's about to do another rock, paper, scissors, rock. But Killua's just watching, talking about how if he keeps using this power, he's going to lose his Nen forever. And then he just does it anyway. And then the explosion happens. Killua
gets like
blown away. And then that's where you see just Kid Gon again, just sitting on the ground, like motionless, essentially. And then Killua saves him, brings him back. But
I have to give it to the Ant arc. I have to.
Yeah.
Just the way it's written and how everything unfolds and the different perspectives and like how the whole time you cannot stop watching. Like, I have to give it to the Ant arc.
Yeah.
Like the fights and the way things turn out, and like the heartbreak moments in Naruto like are still good. Like we said, like 9.5, but like Anarch is a 10 for sure. There's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, I mean, I can't even think of one thing to like judge about it, because like one thing that the only thing that people say about it is that it took too long.
Yeah, it drags a little bit.
It drags a little.
But the first time, like, because watching it for the second time, I kind of felt that, but that's because I knew what was gonna happen for the most part. Like, I did forget. That's how complex it is. Like rewatching it the second and third time, I forgot so many details that there were episodes where like it still felt like a new cliffhanger. I was like, what's gonna happen? But then I knew the main points. Like I know this fight's gonna happen. I know what's gonna happen at the end of this fight. I know how it's gonna unfold. I know who's gonna show up right now. So like it dragged, but it only dragged because I knew what was gonna happen. Compared to the first time I watched it, I literally watched all of it. In like 2 days. Like,
see, like I'm in such a dilemma because I don't want to give it up to the Mariam arc, because I love Kakashi versus Obito. I love Madara against my guy. Because seeing my guy go 8 gates and how strong it was,
so nice.
And then seeing Rock Lee kind of accept the fact that his master's about to die right in front of him after throwing the fourth Hokage's special kunai.
Yeah, or the kunai, yeah.
Like, it was insane to me. And then seeing my guy get crowned as like the best taijutsu user, and then him landing that kick, and just how well animated that whole sequence was. Like those are, like you said, they're great fights, and like you have P2 Adult Gon and then Mariam Netero.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess it's just kind of up to, do you want like a crazy mind-bending story, or do you want fights?
Do you want like insane
what's
fights?
Better to you is kind of,
because like story you can't argue against the Mariam arc, but like for how great the fights are with like a semi good story in the Fourth Grade Ninja War versus amazing story, and then like the only like great fights to come out of that arc is Mariam Netero and then Adult Gon P2. And then UP Godspeed Killua. So it's so really it's up to you, like if you prefer which one, but
see, you know me, I'm a mind
already,
game guy. I'm a create, like, I like my mind to get just melted, so I have to give it to the heart.
But I love the being able to feel I gotta go Mariam, because the tension that they put on you, and that's just in that story, it's too insane.
It's too nuts.
Because even just like the emotional moments of Adult Gon against P2 and Gon seeing P2 for the first time outweighs it.
Yeah.
And like Naruto's my number one anime.
Yeah.
Especially Shippuden, but
this arc is
the best arc.
The way you feel and are invested in this arc, I've never had it like that in any other show.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why I will always say this is the best arc.
It is, it's the best arc for a reason.
Hey, I'm Psalms. Welcome, my guy. Coming in at the tail end, but we're talking about what our favorite arc is between the Miriam Chimera Ant arc in Hunter x Hunter versus the Fourth Grade Ninja War arc in Naruto Shippuden.
Yeah.
And we just came to our final decisions of, I say Hunter x Hunter Chimera Ant arc, and Ari also just agreed with the same thing.
I mean, there's countless good fights in Fourth Grade Ninja War, but the story is just too good in Mariam. I just
love how it goes in like so many directions, and it somehow all slowly starts to converge into one point at the end. I can't explain it. You just have to watch it to fully understand what I'm talking about if you haven't seen it.
Yeah. Oh man. On Psalms, we just finished talking about it. We're definitely gonna clip it though.
Yes, sir.
So look for that in the next couple days. But I just
it's hard. It's a hard decision.
Yeah, like I'm still kind of wanting to pull back from saying Mariam, but it's just too good.
It's too good.
Because I mean, we've talked about it before. I'm personally not satisfied with Netero kamikazing himself to beat Miriam, but I understand like to like emphasize how BA Miriam is.
Yeah, just
and how OP
desperate humans were
to win against them.
But the fact that the strongest human couldn't do anything.
Yeah, like I think lost a leg and an arm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
Yeah.
That's hard. Those were two really hard decisions to make.
Because
honestly.
I'm trying to think like emotionally. You have Itachi Sasuke against Kabuto. That shit hurted. And then you have, if they reanimated Jiraiya, that would be top icing on the cake. And then what else was? And then I guess if you really are like a day one Naruto fan, the Zabuza Haku Kakashi fight, Asuma Inoshikacho fight, and then I mean thinking my guy was gonna die.
Yeah.
Because before then I was like, my guy's cool and all, like he's a good taijutsu user, and then you see him pop off like that, and then you see Lee crying, then you see and then the reunion between Minato and Naruto, and then Naruto and Minato leaving. Yeah. It's like the arc has those emotional moments too, but Kid Gon seeing Peter for the first time, just too good.
Too good.
Like the one that compares that's like even close to that was when Itachi was leaving or Minato leaving.
Yeah. And also Jordan just said the foreshadowing in Hunter x Hunter. Definitely nuts. Yeah, Netero losing an arm.
Which foreshadowing?
Netero loses the arm and leg he didn't use in the ball game versus Gon Killua in the blip.
Oh.
And that's just one really small example.
Yeah.
That's the thing, is the Hunter x Hunter writing is the best writing I've ever seen in anything. TV shows, movies, anime, video games. The Hunter x Hunter writing, there's nothing that beats it.
Yeah. Cause I mean now oh god, this is so hard. Cause at first I was thinking,
you want to change?
Because I was thinking like, oh, the Fourth Grade Ninja War lacks those emotional moments that had me so invested when Gon sees Peter for the first time. But he's still, I am having a midlife crisis. This is so hard. Like I don't know. I really don't know. Cause
joke's on you though, because no matter if you change your answer or not, someone can just clip the part of you saying the Netero or the Chimera arc, and it's over. And it's over,
but
no, but yeah, it's hard because the pain Fourth Grade Ninja War decision was hard, and this decision's hard. But if I'm going off of like personally what I like and what I look for in anime, based off of all the points, I love the good fights and like the hype moments, but like the way the Ant arc just unfolds
and the tension that the whole arc has beats it.
Yeah.
So I think that's like the only.
That's the thing.
That's the thing that beats out Fourth Grade Ninja War.
Yeah.
Is how tense the whole arc was from start to finish.
I agree.
From the second that they invade, I mean.
Because like the build-up's a little slow, but the second they invade.
Because I mean, right from the beginning, like you said, it was Nav who just froze after feeling Miriam's nen, or everyone they step inside, they have the slow motion moment of just like, this is what we're up against, but then everyone else keeps going, but then no freezes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay, yeah. Like you said, Jordan, yeah. First time like the whole world was in danger, because like the moment that Netero, like you see Netero have like the 100 hands or whatever.
Yeah.
And he keeps slapping away Miriam, but then Miriam's adjusting, getting past it eventually, and then you're like, whoa, fuck, like that was Netero.
Like almost instantly he's able to adjust, and
because like, he gets swatted and then hits wall, bounces, like he's already right back in Netero's face.
Yeah, and he instantly like figures out his weakness within like 3 hits.
Yeah.
The mind games in that fight.
I think
Think you're gonna keep your decision?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna keep my decision because it was just too tense.
I agree.
It was just way too tense.
I fully agree with that.
It's like, even though, I mean, you can't dispute that the fourth grade Ninja War had better fights.
Oh, for sure.
The Mariam arc's just way too tense, and I mean the fact that I had chills the whole time from the second they invaded to the finish of the arc.
Every time, every
and then
every episode, you're just like,
yeah. And then even then, something we forgot to mention was when Mariam died, holding Komogi's hand, I think.
Yeah.
And then she said that she was just glad that she died. Oh no, Mariam said he died playing Komogi with her, and then she was glad that she died with him.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, fuck.
And then you just see their hands at the end.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah, and then the ending, the ED starts playing. I gotta say, Mariam.
Yeah, every other arc didn't affect the fate of humanity, so the odds have been up this much for the first time. It means that every action means more. That's true, because York New is just affecting that auction.
Mm-hmm.
Greed Island is just doesn't affect anyone. It's just going trying to find his dad.
Mm-hmm.
The Hunter exam is just going trying to
become
a hunter so he can find his dad. The election arc is just them trying to save Gon. So this is the only one where it's like, we are going to die if we do not figure something out.
Yeah.
Every movement mattered in that arc. The whole time it was just tense.
Yeah. 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 This was probably the hardest discussion we've ever had on this so far.
I agree.
Yeah, I think we gotta give it to Mariam.
Yeah.
Mariam arc, because it's too good.
It's too good.
But even then, it's so close. It's
close. Neck and neck. 9.5 to 10. Those are our ratings.
Even 0.5 seems like a lot, but
it's not.
It's not. Holy fuck, dude.
They're close, but I don't know. I think
it's Command Arc's 10, and then fourth grade Ninja War has to be 9.2,
9.5 maybe.
I'd say even 9.7.
Yeah.
Yeah, just 9.7. Because the way that Oto and Madara were able to take on the whole alliance, just them two.
It's nuts.
And how much damage they were able to do, and then every fight after, seriously.
But yeah.
Jesus, that was.
Anyways.
Damn.
Depends on your mood too. I think Hunter x Hunter can be recreated, but an amazing fight can be done in any show. That's true. Hunter x Hunter can't be outdone or remade.
Specifically Chimera.
There's no way there's ever going to be an arc to that caliber in a long time.